Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for a brand new video. I have waited my whole life to do this video. And in this video, I'm going to be spilling all kinds of tea, naming all kinds of names you might want to go get a snack. Because today, I'm going to be telling you the truth about some seriously nasty shit. And I have no idea how long this video is going to get, so let's just jump right into it. Today we're going to be talking about a personality type that is probably, definitely wrecking your entire fucking life. And you don't recognize it because it's coming from people who are seemingly nice and, you know, maybe even seemingly well-meaning, right? I know you guys are used to seeing me under red lights. I know that blue light isn't even good for me, but there was an emergency. I just look really good under blue light. But anyway, today in this video, I am going to be talking to you about the 4 countries. And this particular topic has gotten me in trouble in the past. Listen, when I talk about the 4 countries, if I say, you know, peace country or perfect country or whatever, people who have no idea, none whatsoever, what I'm talking about, they just run with it. And they oftentimes think that I'm referring to people who live out in the country. Like people who are urban versus people who are rural. They think I'm referring to that dynamic. I am not. I am referring to personality types, and all 4 personality types have their own country. And you should go watch the video where you will learn all the details about these 4 countries. What's his name? Marcus Gungor. He's a therapist and like a preacher dude, and he combines comedy with like therapy and religion. I don't know. It's interesting to say the very least. But anyway, he does this video on the 4 countries, which are what he says are the 4 personality types that make up the population. Now, you can be a combination. You can have like a dominating country and then like, you know, one that's under that for sure. But there are 4 major countries, and most people fall into one of these 4 countries. In fact, most people fall into one of these countries. Peace country. The most abundant personality type that we have on Earth. And also the most annoying. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you guys a story, okay? Back when I was in like, I don't know, 6th grade. Must be like 6th grade. The class was supposed to write down on a piece of paper something positive that they secretly felt about every other person in the classroom. And a huge percentage of people in my class wrote down that I always stand up for what I believe in. And at the time, my 6th grade, 7th grade, whatever, me, I was like, they just, like, I don't know, they just said that because they couldn't think of anything else or whatever. And I didn't take it seriously because they were just, I just felt like they were stupid. And, well, I still feel like people were stupid. And honestly, now that the years have passed, I see that I stand up for what I believe in, and this shocks so many people because the majority of people, hear me out, when I say the majority of people are peace country in their personality type, what I'm really, honest to goodness, saying is most people are cowards. Most people are cowards. They're cowards. And they don't have the wherewithal, the balls, the stamina, whatever you want to call it. Like, it has a lot of different names. And I'm sure a lot of you who are and have been researching Astroworld saw the footage of the young male and female who got onto the platform where there was either a cameraman or a dude working the lights, and they were begging him to figure out a way to stop the show, and they jumped up there and they were like loud, and they were telling him like people are dying, etc., etc., please help, and these two people out of this sea of thousands were strong enough to stand up there and do that. And when I saw the footage of that, it broke my heart and I cried. But I felt like, damn, that embodies my entire fucking life. Is standing up there on that platform saying to this dude who doesn't give a shit, hey, stop this fucking thing from happening, these people down here are dying. Like, wow. Like, and that spoke volumes of their character. And that's why I'm making this video. Because the people that are ruining your life don't have very good character. And when put in situations like that, they're just gonna stand there and scroll on their fucking phone and not be the ones to speak up. And I don't understand why this personality type is as popular as it is. But it's almost like a fucking disease that these people have. I don't know. I don't want to go into saying it is avoidant personality disorder. I'm not into diagnosing these particular people. But if you were to figure out what country of personality type you are, you have a better idea of understanding if you're an asshole or not, because no other personality type out there, not even the Myers-Briggs personality test, is going to tell you you're a raging piece of shit. And if you figure out what personality type you are within the 4 countries and you come up peace country, it might be that you are a raging piece of shit. Because I have had to deal with these people my whole fucking life. Like, it's almost like my particular thing that I have been given in my cards that I've been dealt, my wheelhouse, so to speak, whatever in the hell you want to call it. This particular thing has been thrust upon me, cast upon me, and cursed upon me my entire life. And I have had to dig deep, very deep, to understand exactly what the fuck's going on with these people that are doing this. You see, I'm not the type of person who seeks revenge. I don't even really have desire for revenge. But because of my personality type, I do desire to understand things. So all the time and effort that people would put into revenge, I put into research. So if you've ever done me wrong, I have done hours of research figuring out why you're a piece of shit and what makes you tick. And I've got answers. And those answers reveal that the peace country personality type, its avoidant in its methods, is one of the most toxic, one of the most passive-aggressive, one of the most unproductive personality types to ever exist. And these people would really, really, really like nothing more than for you to think that they're nice. And some people would venture to call this covert narcissism as opposed to overt narcissism. Now, overt narcissists are a little bit more respectable than covert narcissists. You see, I have absolutely no problem with terrible, bad, awful people. They're fine as long as they're owning how awful and fucking terrible they are. I have a problem with people who are awful and terrible but don't own it and go around pretending that they're good people. Ugh. When people cloak themselves in good deeds but are secretly venomous inside, I cannot even. Okay? And I tend to call this personality type Sunny Peaches. Now, I'm not referring to, individually speaking of, the airhead, frizzy-haired piece of shit fucking trash bag from Arizona. I'm talking about all of the peaches that are sunny. All of the fake sweet, fake friends, fake people, asshole motherfuckers, pretend to be nice, bullshit in your face, want to get in your business to know it so they can spread it around type people, go choke and die. You are disgusting. And I've had it. I've absolutely had it with this personality type. I've had it because you have no values. You decide to pretend to align values with anybody at all, just so you can get in their little circle and see what's going on, because you're nosy and you have no business, literally none. You don't have a product people want. You're just a fucking loser. And it's annoying. It's so annoying to have to deal with this, because seriously, it's so counterproductive. Like, there are pack leaders, pack builders, and there are pack destroyers. Sabotage is their method. Okay, they want to be like, oh, can I be your friend? Like, I had this fake friend, okay, back when I was a teenager. Jessie. Smelly Jessie. Hi, Jessie. Hope you're watching. And she would talk such shit on this girl she was hanging out with. We'll just say for instance, we'll just say hypothetically speaking, that her name is Dina. And Jessie would be like, Dina is awful, Dina is terrible, Dina this, Dina that, Dina's drug use, Dina. Also, I'm going out with Dina tonight. I'll be on the phone with Dina after going out with Dina. And I was like, Jessie, if you hate Dina so much, like, I know you do, because you're always complaining about it, why in the hell exactly? I mean, really, why are you friends with her and going out with her all the time and hanging out with her if all you're going to do is complain about her? Because you see, when someone annoys me and I hate their guts, the last thing I want to do is call them up and go on a date with them. Well, Jessie told me that she just wanted to go out and hang out with Dina because she was a spy. she's infiltrating. I'm like, what are you spying on? She does drugs and she's a fucking loser and she's got herpes. Like, what are you learning? What are you learning? Is it making you feel better about yourself? And truly, that's what it came down to. These peace country people sometimes feel so bad about who they are. They're morbid, obese, reeking vagina fucking type people that they and their dumpsters on wheels they call cars have to hang around the Dinas because it makes them feel like they're not as smelly of a sack of shit as they really are. And this is the thing that they do. They try to hang around people that they think they can get some sort of information from that could benefit them in some way. And while doing it, pretend that they are that person's friend. And that whole entire notion of keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I'm sorry. Could you want to talk? Because let's talk, because I could tell you the truth about that. It's for psychopaths. And I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely fucking sick of it. And here's another thing. Like, if you're cool with that, especially as a woman, if you're cool with that, then you should be totally cool with guys hate fucking you. And for a woman, it's not common for us to think that hate fucking is cool. We really only want to fuck people that we like or that we love. Guys, on the other hand, who are more prone to being psychopaths, they think it's cool to try to fuck people that they hate. They think that's great, okay? Women do not work this way. Women do not work that way. However, women are that way socially, even if they're not that way romantically usually, they're that way socially, and they get like jealous, and they want to try to be a friend, and then they like, oh, let me try to pretend to be your friend, but like the whole time I'd be like insulting you. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something, guys. For the first 25 years of my life, I didn't know what a compliment was. I thought a compliment was when you insulted somebody and then you like smoothed it over with like a fucking piece of shit, fucking diplomatic piece of shit. That's what compliments were in my life. That's what compliments were from my family. That's what compliments were from my friends. Like, oh, Daphne, I really like that sweater you're wearing. That is really cute. I'm trying not to puke. I mean, it's so cute. I might puke. It looks so good on you. I mean, I would never be caught dead in a piece of shit. I would never be caught dead in a piece of shit like that sweater, but it looks so good on you. And you begin to wonder, are they complimenting you, or are they insulting you? And let me tell you what they're doing. They're doing this little thing that a mosquito does. Let's put down a little bit of numbing cream and then go and suck out some blood. And those are the only compliments that those motherfuckers know how to give. See, one time, after I turned 25, someone actually said to me a legitimate compliment. She was like, "You are so smart. You are so on top of it. I cannot wait to see where you go with your life." And I was like, and you didn't want to, like, preface that or end that with some sort of insult about, like, how fat and ugly I am, or, you know, what a loser I am, or you don't want to tell me, like, I got one crooked tooth and I'm a piece of shit. You don't want to do that to me. Wow, that's interesting, because that's all I've ever known. That's all I've ever known. I've only known people to be pieces of shit and then try to cover it over with fake saccharin, sweet fucking sucralose garbage that gives me goddamn diarrhea, and then them tell me, I was just joking, or I didn't mean it that way. Just gaslight. They gaslight. These people, these passive-aggressive, covert narcissist, avoidant motherfucking Sunny Peaches, they are this way because they don't want anybody thinking that they're as crazy as they really are. So they think if they just sit back and let everybody else, like the Daphnes of the world, express their honesty and their truth, that those people will come off as crazy, and they, who sit back in quiet solitude of their nothingness, empty-headedness, will be seen as logical individuals who do not lose their cool. Meanwhile, they're just using avoidance and ignorance as a weapon. You can weaponize peace and ignorance, and these people do just that. And they kind of want to do it almost because a lot of times they don't want to seem like the vegan gains of the world, right? Like, you're so left, you're right? Like, vegan gains is now deciding that it's ethical to kill animals who are carnivorous because they kill other animals. Okay, dude, that makes you an animal who wants to kill other animals, who thinks killing other animals is wrong. I'm sorry, what? He just created, like, a self-defeating purpose and a hole in the space-time continuum with which he just spiraled all the way down to hell. And I'm sitting here going, did he just literally say we should kill all the animals who are carnivorous because they want to kill other animals? Okay, check, got it. I'm gripping on to the logic. But anyway, peace country people don't want to come across as, you know, an extremist of any kind, even though they generally are. They don't want to come across that way, and they think of themselves as way too intellectual to ever honestly express themselves, but then accuse other people around them of living in fear. Like, oh, Daphne, you shouldn't prep and buy canned food and bottled water and fishing supplies and hunting supplies. That's you just living in fear. Well, at least I don't live in so much fear that I'm afraid to say how I feel. No, she didn't. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Because it is just stupid how these people think. Like, You probably should live in fear if you don't prep. You probably should live in fear of cancer and a heart attack if you don't express yourself honestly and authentically. Which is when we come to the point in the video where we could talk about all of the things that go wrong in people's lives when they act like Sunny fucking peaches. Yeah, that's right. Because when you don't express yourself honestly, when you don't be authentic with who you are, for your soul, for your thymus, honey, you suffer. Every cell in your body suffers. Your kidneys suffer, your bladder suffers, actually your entire urinary tract suffers, your entire respiratory tract suffers, and on the mitochondrial level, you will probably develop cancer because you were too afraid to say what you were really thinking. Daphne, what if I have to take responsibility for the things that I feel? What if I have to take responsibility for the things that I say? I'd rather just be vague and ambiguous and not take any responsibility whatsoever. Now, this personality type can go really far in politics and on YouTube because they're able to lull people into a sense of, you know, just banality and fucking familiarity because they're not saying anything controversial whatsoever. And this is one of the reasons why I no longer subscribe to Vassar Beauty or Ghost Town Living, because their passive-aggressive, say-nothing bullshit content just started to really just gnaw away at my fucking sense of well-being and who I am as a person. Well, let me tell you what. When Vassar Beauty had her first baby, I was like, this is it. She's gonna do a video about, like, circumcision, about something meaningful, really, you know? Nope. She had that baby and she just got back to posting advertisements. Like, that is it. That is it for these people. That is all they care about. Posting some bullshit that's politically correct, that's some sort of Amazon. I'm never going to become an Amazon affiliate because I don't want to become one of you fucking people. Like, holy friggin' crap. I mean, they just weaponize this against anybody at all because this is what they think, okay? If they can just lean on something, if they could just, like, lean on a topic or talk about something, like, I'm talking about this, like, ink pen, right? I'm gonna talk about this ink pen, how great this ink pen is, what color it is, how much I love it, where it was made, how much, I mean, just the best ink pen in the entire world. And if I decide that I don't want to talk about abortion or politics or racism or trash or recycling, if I decide I don't want to talk about controversial topics like flat earth or veganism, I will just ignore all of those things altogether and just talk about this ink pen, right? This is also another tactic that they do. Like, for instance, they try not to say anything negative about anything, right? So the room could be filling up with smoke. The room could be filling up with the smell of shit. They're not going to say anything. They're just going to talk about this ink pen. Like, you smell anything? No, but this ink pen is the color of diarrhea. They will allude to things. They will not actually directly say any fucking thing at all, for any reason, for anything, and I have had to deal with this personality type so much so that I have, like, I've got a grip on it. I've researched it to the point where I've got this grip on it. And now I'm ready to fucking choke it absolutely to death because I'm sick of it. I'm so fucking sick of this bullshit. You see, my husband and I used to live and work on the farm that was owned and operated by two really seemingly nice people, covert narcissists, who hated each other. Honest to goodness, I thought they killed each other at one point. They hated their children hated them, their children hated each other. And instead of fixing any of it, what did they do? They went out and bought every book that they could buy on the Dalai Lama and kindness and niceness and virtue and karma and happiness and wellness and feng shui. And they made a fucking, I'm not even kidding you, a whole entire library of kindness. And it is so bad because it fooled me. It fooled me because I was like, oh my goodness, they have like, oh my god, babe, they have like all the same books we have. They have like all these really awesome books. They're such nice people. They're such nice people. Well, 6 months after knowing those nice people, the mask started to fall. And this is when I got a really good grip on covert narcissism. Almost directly around the same time, I met Sunny Peaches. And it's just so funny because it was us all coming together at the same time, because at that moment in history, I was having correspondence with my father about his passive-aggressive abuse. And he was like, I'll do whatever it takes to fix my relationship with you. Don't listen to what these people say. Only pay attention to what they do. Because even though my father said he would do anything to fix his relationship with me, those were just words. His actual actions were to continue being a misogynistic asshole, to continue being a passive-aggressive misogynistic asshole, and to continue gaslighting me into oblivion. So, don't listen to what these people say. These people only care about appearance, public opinion, and if anybody out there might think that they're nice, they just want to be nice people. They're just nice people. They're so nice. And this is why we have what we have going on with Eugenia, starving herself in front of all of that youth. Millions of subscribers, just starving herself in front of it. And she gets away with it because of passive aggression and Sunny Peachness. She's a Sunny Peach. She's a Sunny Peach. She's so nice. You even have people saying, like, she's so nice. She's so sweet. She'll make a video that's the nastiest shit I ever heard. I mean, the sickest, most gaslighting, most narcissistic, most passive-aggressive, most evilest shit I've ever heard in my life. But she'll say it in such a tone, and she'll like, and just her way into your heart and into your brain and make you think, she's so nice, she's so diplomatic. In the comment section, like, she's so sweet, she would never hurt anybody, she doesn't even want to say anything bad. And I literally, like, in my head, I see, like, the sirens, like, singing, like, ah, and luring people into their fucking death. And you're like, they just sound so great. La 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 la, let's go down. It is literally the most insane shit I have ever encountered in my life. It's like, I can almost tolerate overt narcissists simply because I've gotten to know the covert narcissist. And this is the thing that happens. Like, I will get, like, injured badly from someone who is an overt narcissist, thinking that I can handle it. And then after being injured, I would just be so hurt. I'd be like, I just want to be around nice people. I just want to be around nice people. This is how this happens to me. I call this upon myself and befriend people who they're nice, right? And then when it's time for them to prove that they're a person and not an NPC, when it's time for them to prove that they're a person, not a robot, when it's time for them to prove that they're a person and a friend and not a piece of shit, they cannot do it. They cannot do it. Even if your life is threatened, they cannot stand up for you. They cannot defend you. They will not do it. They will not do it. They will not lift a finger in your direction, but they'll tell you every nice thing you ever wanted to hear, and they're just so soft-spoken and so nice, and they're just so kind, and they would just never say anything to hurt anybody whatsoever. I see what you're doing. I know what you're doing. And it is akin to what little babies do, or what dogs do who passive-aggressively shit in your corridor because they cannot talk to you directly because they're too afraid. That is the behavior that these people employ. Yes, they do. They are just like little passive-aggressive dogs, little passive-aggressive babies who can't tell you, I'm mad at you for letting me lay in my piss and shit for the last hour, so instead of not telling you that, I'm just going to bite your nipple and hope that you get the message. And this is where these people are super wrong, because the message that they're trying to send comes at such a wrong time that the method of communication falls completely through. It doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work, okay? If you try to reprimand a dog for shitting in your house the day after the dog shits in your house, good luck getting them to understand the message. And this is the thing. This is the thing that really gets me. This particular tactic that these people use, it doesn't work. It's not productive. It does not fucking work, okay? Like, telling Aunt Susie that she hurt you in her Facebook post when she said X, Y, and Z, like, telling her that she hurt you by giving her a shitty sweater for Christmas isn't actually telling her that she hurt you. It is just whittling away at your relationships. It will whittle away at the trust in your relationships until nobody trusts you. People just assume that you're out to get them. Because even though you come across as nice, eventually people start to sniff that shit out. Don't you think that they don't? And it should be noted that these people only get worse with age. They only get worse with age. And we're talking Chateau Diaries type shit here. We're talking like e-bagging, advanced e-bagging in a pandemic type passive aggressive type laziness. These people are very lazy. These people are some of, if not the most lazy people you will ever encounter in your entire... They are so lazy. They are so lazy. I don't even understand how I can portray it or tell the story in any way that is conducive to what really goes on. These people, let me tell you how lazy they are. They will do more work getting out of work than they would have done if they had just done the fucking original work. They're so lazy that it is self-defeating. They're so lazy that it literally cancels itself out and they have to do more. They are awful fucking people. And they lend themselves to things like political correctness, e-baking, passive aggression. They're also really, really good at ghosting. Like, even if nothing has happened, even if things are like seemingly like fantastic in their relationship, they think it's hilarious when they just vanish on people. I've heard them laugh about it. They're sick motherfuckers. And it should be noted that when doing this personality test, understand that just because you're peace country doesn't mean you're the piece of shit I'm talking about. And if you're not a peace country person, that doesn't mean that you're not a piece of shit. That's just my little generalization for the beginning of the video. Peace country people annoy the crap out of me, but let me tell you something. Fun country people are incredibly irresponsible and alcoholic and avoidant as well. They just don't want to do anything but have fun. Let's have fun, Daphne. Let's have fun. Like, you have to do the dishes. You have to fucking walk the dog. You have things that you have to do. We can just have fun. Like, there are problems with each of the personality types. Fun country, control country, perfect country, all of them. All of them have problems, okay? None of them, not even perfect country, are actually perfect. And when doing this particular test or watching the video and self-diagnosing you as whatever personality type you think you are, just understand that this video may or may not apply to you. And I'm not exactly addressing all avoidant personality types. It's just avoidant is the best way to describe what these people do. Because if they were to just be more confrontational and own it. Just own their narcissism, own their need for supply, just fucking own it. If they were to do that, it would go so much smoother for them. But they advance in these particular methods, in these particular ways, and as they age, they turn into monsters. And this is where we get people in their 60s and in their 70s. Seemingly nice old people, seemingly harmless old people. Evil to the fucking core. And they will nice your ear off. They will nice your head off. They will blow your hair back with nice. But you do not trust these people. And you do not let them into your life. Because they want to eat you alive, essentially, because they're awful people. But it all comes back. It all goes back to them just not being upfront. They are not overt enough to own their own shitty ways. So they just try to make themselves seem as vulnerable and as vulnerable and as nice as possible. When anybody thinking anything bad about me, no, I would never I wouldn't say anything bad. I would never even have sex. I wouldn't do anything bad ever. I would just passive aggressively abuse you until you want to blow your own head off and then tell everybody that it was you who did it. I see you. I see you. And I'm gonna spend every last breath I have exposing it because it's sick and I'm sick of it.